Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and I've been talking a lot about the graphics card situation, the sky-high prices, and the perceived disaster situation that is impending for people getting into PC gaming and upgrading their graphics card, etc., etc. I've tried to have a more positive look at it that the necessity to upgrade your GPUs if you have something in the mid-range and if you have something even a little bit older, like there's still going to be great options for you to play great games. Again, look at the biggest games that have come out this year. Is it really, are they really games that you need a 5070 or a 5080 to run them? Obviously, you would like the option to get those graphics cards at reasonable price points, but reality is me saying anything isn't going to change anything, so I'm offering a little bit of a perspective that given the gaming situation as it is, okay, you don't get to play a lot of the garbage Unreal Engine 5 optimized games on PC. Whoa there. But there's still a lot of good options. But I will say that I find this absolutely hilarious. As reported by WCCF Tech, NVIDIA is going to recommence production of its RTX 3060 GPUs owing to DRAM shortages. NVIDIA started to discontinue its RTX 3060 GPUs back in 2024, and if you don't know, the 3060 was really one of the premier GPUs when it comes to mid-range builds and pre-built computers. You would see 3060s all over pre-built computers that if you just walk into a store, a lot of the times Best Buy caps out how high-end their PCs go. They'll generally go to the 70 range, but you'd be hard-pressed a lot of the times to find 80 series GPUs at a Best Buy just walking in. So the 60 series RTX 3060 would be a premier GPU where you wouldn't absolutely break the bank, but you would spend $800 to $900 on a PC, a pre-built computer, and you would get a 3060, and that would be very capable. And I assure you, there are multiple people watching this video that got a 3060 a couple years ago, and they are still rocking a 3060, and guess what? Their gaming performance and their gaming capabilities are just as good as mine, given that how garbage the PC ports have been recently. And the fact is, again, there are so many great games that a 3060 is going to be able to run, and that's not going to stop this year. That's going to continue into next year. Sure, I'm positive that a 3060 is going to potentially have its limitations when running a game like, let's say, Crimson Desert, but for the most part, the 3060 is going to do very, very well in gaming in 2026, and even with a game like Crimson Desert, let's actually pull that up, because I think that's going to be one of the benchmarks of how good your PC is. Do we have the system requirements on Steam yet for Crimson Desert? Yeah, we do, and actually, the minimum requirement is a GTX 1060, so we'll see, when the game comes out, how it runs, but I think that is going to be a game where people do use that as a gauge on how good their PC is and if they're able to run it. We'll see. It might end up being super unoptimized, but the new report is coming from Hongzheng 2020, who has a solid record with NVIDIA GPU updates and production plans. The user states that as per the latest update on January 5th, NVIDIA has updated its partners that the RTX 3060 is coming back in Q1 2026. There's no detail on whether both the 12GB and 8GB models or only one of those will be produced, but the RTX 3060 is going to be made available on retail shelves once again, and I think the utilization of them in pre-built computers as well, that makes a lot of sense. Look, it is kind of an insight into the disaster situation that it is in, but I go back to my point, as long as the 3060, and I don't believe this will be the case because obviously NVIDIA is going to be in the business of making as much money as they humanly can, I don't believe the 3060 is going to be priced competitively. I think the 3060 is going to be priced in a way that everybody realizes that there's going to be an audience out there that's desperate to buy a GPU, but that doesn't want to absolutely break the bank, and what options are you left with? You don't have a lot of options, and when you don't have a lot of options, you're going to be paying a premium even on lower-end hardware. That's the unfortunate reality that you're going to have to deal with, but hopefully it's priced competitively enough where people can pick it up. And let me reiterate this again, you guys, a 3060 level GPU, yes, this is a funny headline. It's an absolutely hilarious headline, but at the end of the day, in terms of your quality of life on PC gaming for a lot of you guys, because quality of life is going to differ from person to person. What you want might be different, what my boy wants, what they want might be different than what I want, etc., etc. But generally speaking, and I've just seen so much of this recently, and I think people are realizing that this idea of law of diminishing returns on getting higher end hardware, it has, I don't want to say never been more pronounced, because bad PC ports and bad PC versions have existed for eons and eons. However, I really do feel like people are realizing that, dude, the graphics or whatever, the performance is good at this point if the game is well optimized. Is a 3060 going to be able to run Arc Raiders? Is it going to be able to run Expedition 33? Is it going to be able to run Hollow Knight Silksong? Yeah, it's going to be able to run all of those games. Are there games coming out? Ask yourself this. Are there games coming out, or games that have come out in 2025 that you really needed something better than a 3060 and that game was well optimized? Because if a game was well optimized, the 3060 would be able to run it fairly well. Sure, Borderlands 4, maybe you want a better GPU, but who cares? Borderlands 4 is a disaster class of a PC version. Spider-Man 2, you want, again, a disaster class of a PC version. At least at launch, I know it's gotten better, but like the 3060 is still a super capable GPU. There's a lot of comedy attached to it in the sense that, dude, we're going to GPUs 2 generations old. We are at the 5000 series of GPUs, and we're going to the 3000 series of GPUs. However, if they are priced competitively, I think that a 3060 is still like so capable, and that's kind of where I'm at these days when it comes to these games. It's like, sure, I like having good hardware, and I'm in a better position than a lot of other people because I make content and whatnot, and, you know, I can get these graphics cards. It's not too difficult for me, but for the average person, like, dude, the 3060 is gonna do really, really well, all things considered. Right now, the 3060, the non-TI goes for like $180, I'm seeing. Yeah, $180 on eBay. So I would imagine it's going to be priced, you know, not the best by NVIDIA directly, like, obviously. But again, when you assess it from the standpoint of, is a 3060 going to be able to be a capable GPU next year? And yeah, sure, like, at some point you're gonna get games that are going to struggle to run at the 3060, and maybe that'll happen in 2028, 2029, but I also think from a developer standpoint, they have to realize pushing the boundaries a little bit too much, it's a law of diminishing returns for them as well, because, yeah, the game might be impressive, but as you're gating out more and more people from playing the game, how is that gonna benefit you? And I'm at the point is like, bro, let's get these games optimized first before we try to push the visual fidelity of them. I don't care anymore. Like, I genuinely do not care. You know, maybe my care isn't at an absolute zero, but more than anything, I've never cared less about the visual fidelity of these games. Give me good games with good art direction, and, you know, games that aren't even visually impressive end up running like dog crap, like Borderlands 4 and Monster Hunter Wilds. Like, they're okay looking games, but they're not blowaway, so it's like, dude, what? You want to get a great GPU to run games like that a little bit better when they're already poorly optimized? So yes, there is that comedic factor to the 3060 being reproduced and then being brought back to market. I totally get that. But at the same time, when you actually assess it from the standpoint of, is a 3060 going to be quality to play quality games, like, it probably will be. And that's the thing, like, I know a lot of people buy 5080s and 5090s as like a flex, and they're like, oh yeah, look at me with my 5080 and 5090. I got a buddy that has a 5080, and he was just like so depressed the other day because he spent $2,500 on this PC, and he's at the point of, it's just like, dude, it's just been bad PC version after bad PC version. A Spider-Man 2 scarred me, maybe more than a lot of other people. I know he was very upset by Spider-Man 2's performance as well, but when you buy a 5080 or a 5090 at a GPU of that caliber, and then you're also getting a garbage PC version, that stings so much more than when you're rocking a RTX 3060. It's like, alright, that game sucks, I'll go play this game that may not be as visually demanding or as technically demanding, but I'm rocking my 3060, it's all good, like, it's fine. Those dudes that draw, and I'll tell you this from personal experience, like, when I have a super high-end hardware, I have a 4070 right now, so it's not, like, blow away, but when a game comes out and it runs like a pile of trash on PC, it stings so much more than it would if I had, like, a 3060, like, that's just how I feel. But Let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm trying to spin this not in a positive way. It's still comedy, and it's an indicator of the bad situation on PC hardware and how much these price points are going up and the demand not correlating with the supply. But I do want to shift perspective a little bit, because me complaining about it isn't going to do anything. I would rather assess the gaming ecosystem right now in the gaming landscape and realize that the best games that are coming out, a lot of them at least, you don't need the highest end GPU in the world, and you can still make do with these mid-level GPUs that, if they're priced competitively, you're fine. If you don't play garbage that's crashing left and right, you're not going to lose your mind. At least I don't think so. I think there's a lot of options, and I'm in a position where it's easy for me to say that because I'm playing everything that's coming out. But dudes, I'm gonna be real, sometimes when I'm playing PC Troubleshooting Simulator with these bad PC ports, I'd rather just move on, but I feel like, you know, I should be playing everything that's coming out. I should be getting to the end. I should deal with the 84 crashes in a 10-hour Mafia the Old Country, but I digress. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.